Amen.
and be of a nature to expect God for greater things even more so. Because we're moving into a time that we're going to have to be able to increase that which we have.
Amen.
We're going to have to be able to, what we have, to let that compile into even greater things in the Lord.
Amen.
And I'm looking forward to that.
Amen.
We just mentioned it barely tonight,
Yeah.
but there's many things that we are to learn as we move on in
Amen.
God.
Amen.
Things that are without price,
Yeah.
without any kind of a measure.
That's right.
That we must have before we are to be able to be servants of the Most High God,
Amen.
as Daniel was.
Amen.
I think about where Solomon says, wisdom has builded her house.
Amen.
Paul said he was a wise master builder.
Amen.
And then Solomon said, wisdom has builded her house.
Yeah.
She's hewn out her 7 pillars.
Yeah.
That's not just a figure of speech. It's
No.
not a poetic expression. There are 7 pillars that we're expected to build on. And as we begin to study that very closely according to the Old and the New Testaments, why then we're going to be able to find a way in which we will, as it was just said, be able to have the glory of God in our midst,
Amen.
which is nothing in the world but the order of
Amen.
God.
Amen.
When Jesus was here, when Philip said, show us the Father,
Yeah.
and Jesus said, how long have you been around? Words to that effect. And not have seen the Father.
Yeah.
And he meant everything that the Father wanted, he did.
That's right.
Everything that was in the plan of God, he accomplished.
Amen.
Everything that was according to the will of God, he was there to let
Amen.
it happen.
Amen.
Therefore, that kind of an order was a heaven on earth.
Amen.
That's the order of God.
Amen.
I think about in the book of Genesis. I think about Genesis often.
Yes.
And there's a place after God created the heaven and the earth in the singular. There came a time when he divided the waters
Yes.
from the waters. That was in another day. And then he created heaven again. What do you know about that? That had a capital H on it.
Yeah.
And he called that a firmament.
Yes.
That leads me to believe that there's some firm ground that God's people are to be based on.
Amen.
There is a firmament.
Yes.
And that was in the days of Noah when God first began to create something that was firm and
Yeah.
solid.
Yes.
The word Noah means comforter.
Yeah.
Amen. Comforter. And there's a comfort in the fact that we know that God is going to surround his people with those things, a battlement of those things which we must have as we build a house.
Amen. Amen.
The children of Israel were told to, as they built a house, to put a battlement upon the roof so that if any fell over or started to fall over, he would be saved.
Yeah.
And there's a battlement of the Word of God that we must be engaged in and be able to protect ourselves concerning the things of this life, of this world that we're in.
Yeah.
Any man love the world, John says, the love of the Father is not in him.
Amen.
And he was talking about the world that those people were, he was trying to encourage those people to leave. That religious world, that religious practice, all of those things that they had been taught from their very on up. He was trying to let them leave that and move on into a better day.
Amen.
And the love of the Father was not in them if they loved that they
That's
came
right.
from.
Amen.
There.
That's right.
We're to not love those things that
Amen.
we came from. We're to move forward as
Amen.
expectant people that are going to
Amen.
be able to not compromise with anything that's presented around.
Amen. Right.
Something new and something that's workable is going to be the possession of God's people.
Amen. Amen.
This future.
Amen.
And I thank God for that.
Amen.
I thank God for people
Amen.
who, through the simplicity of their hearts, have found a place in God. Don't have to be wonderful workers of miracles. We don't have to be people who are outstanding in their stage presence.
Yeah.
We don't have to be people that leave of an impression every time they open their
No.
mouth. All we need to be is ourselves.
Amen.
Just be ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think God admires that in
Yeah.
you and me. I think people admire that.
Amen.
And I think people try to emulate that.
That's right.
If such a thing is possible. Be followers of me, Paul says. He didn't mean his own personality. He simply meant be followers of the things that I'm trying to set forth for God's people
Amen.
to be able to do.
Amen.
And as they were able to do that, why he taught them an order. In the very next part of what he had to say, he taught them a perfect order that had existed back in the Garden of Eden,
Yeah.
and which is now ready to be reinstated in the
Amen.
earth as it is now. May the Lord be with us.
Amen.
Go forth from here. Let's have a good meal, all of us. Thank God for those things that the Lord has provided for us. And we appreciate all who come and eat with us. Do you believe that?
Amen.
We do. We really do. And we're not dummies. We know we have a mixed group, but we appreciate everyone that comes and shares a meal with us. Thank God for all of that.
Amen.
Let's sing a song and go out.
Amen.